Hey everybody, I am back. Lead Speed is back. Anyways, I am bringing you guys another Generation 5 underused match against plutinb, I think. And anyways, he is going to lead with Preferrably, and I'm going to lead with Moltres. Right off the bat, I predict him to go for Stealth Rocks. That's why I go for the Fire Blast. But he goes for the Rock Gem on the first turn, so I was like kinda shocked here, so... Because, you know, with my lead, it's kind of obvious what I do, but most of the time, these guys set up Stealth Rocks. So I'm kind of like, well, geez, did I enter some alternate reality or something? Where Preferrably leads just suddenly attack with Rock Gems or something. Yeah, I guess so. But I'm going to go to Celebi now, and I go for Earth Power. It doesn't kill because, you know, thing's bulky, and I have no special attack investment. But considering that, it does a lot, and it wouldn't have KO'd anyways. Because of Sturdy being active and stuff like that, it wouldn't have been able to KO anyways. So he brings in Tangrowth here, and I go for the Calm Mind, predicting a switch, or just the fact that I can just set up on Preferrably all day, every day, you know. But I go for the Energy Ball. I get a crit, and the crit does a bit over half, so a double crit would have taken it out. But then again, what's the chance of getting a double crit in a row? But yeah, enough about that. I'll go for another Energy Ball. And he goes for another Sleep Powder, and he misses. So he misses both Sleep Powders. So yeah, luck's just not on his side with Sleep Powders right now. And right here, he's going to switch into his Preferrably to be Death Spotter. You know, just so he could bring in something else to possibly do some damage, you know. And Preferrably already set up the rocks. And in comes Azelf. And right here, I go for the Recover as he goes for Fire Blast. I went for Recover just to kind of scout what he would do. If this thing was like Choice Banded or not, I could live one, and then I could just recover off. But he goes for Fire Blast, so I'm thinking, alright, this is the Life Orb variant, possibly with Nasty Plot, Fire Blast, Psychic, and either Grass Knot or Hidden Power Fighting. Most of them carry Grass Knot, but whatever. Now, he predicts me to switch out right here, and he goes for the... Well, he either predicted my switch or he knew that after a Nasty Plot, a Fire Blast will take me out from this range. So... I do force him to attack me because I get some damage on him, and if he didn't attack me and he got greedy, he would die. So I'm gonna go to my sock here. I semi-forgot that rocks were up, but in the long run, I guess it really didn't matter. I needed something to fodder out, and he wasn't gonna be of much help, especially with Tangrowth running around. But he has a poke that I could have used sock for, but I don't think it was worth keeping him around this time around. Especially when Sharpedo's kind of being useful here too, so I go to Sharpedo and I go for the Ice Beam, predicting him to, well, if he stays in or he goes to Tangrowth, and I can hit Tangrowth for super effective and take him out perhaps. So that works out. But, you know, I'm going to go for the Protect, and, you know, as Azumaro's going to come out and he's going to go for Aqua Jet, and seeing Aqua Jet, I'm like, well, if this thing's choice, then I'm going to stay in either ways, because I know I can live one Aqua Jet, because Sharpedo does resist, even though he's frail, so he can live one of those. That I knew off the top of my head. So, go for the Crunch, does a bit under half, maybe, almost right at half, so, geez. Very bulky right there. So, I'm gonna switch into my Registeel right now. Since he's locked in the Aqua Jet, I know I can just come into it for free, and just shrug that off the shoulders like I always do. Like a daily job. But anyways, I'm gonna go for the Toxic, predicting him to switch out into either his Tangrowth, but he goes to Crocodile, which is fine too. This Pokemon right here was the one that I could have saved Sock for, but I don't think it was worth it, to be honest. Especially when I have a couple other guys to maybe handle it, but I go to Sharpedo to be Death Fodder just to kind of see if he's scarfed or if he's locked into something, because most choice variants have Moxie, and I'm gonna see the Moxie right here. So, yeah, this has Moxie, and I'm thinking it's Scarfed, and I saw no Life Orb recoil, or Leftovers. I mean, he could be running the odd Expert Belt, but, you know, that'd be kind of weird. But anyways, I go to Registeel. I go for the Seismic Toss, actually. I was predicting him to predict me to go for the Toxic and make me waste a turn. But he goes to Tangrowth. I'm like, okay, that's fine in this case, because I could just go for the Toxic on the next turn and hit him for certain if he stays in. So that works out for me. So yeah, he's going to go for the Sleep Powder, and he's finally going to hit. And kind of good time, I guess, because Registeel is kind of useless right now. Well, he's useless now that he's asleep, and especially if I try to switch him out, it's not going to be a good thing because sleep mechanics changed so that they reset. Because sleep turns have a counter, and they'll reset the instant you switch. So I don't want to switch out, especially if I'm like, if my sleep counter was at 3 or something, then I would be stuck. It would start at 0 again. So yeah, switching out is not even an option for me right now. But he does go to his Rotom H, his Rotom Heat, and goes for the Overheat, which I live pretty well, actually. I'm kind of surprised. But then again, I have max special defense, so I guess that kind of makes sense. And I'm thinking that this thing is Scarfed. Perhaps it's Scarfed and not Specs, because I think Specs would have done more. But I do wake up this turn, and I go for the Thunder Wave just to cripple it in one way or another, whether he's Scarfed or not. And, you know, getting extra Parahaxes isn't a bad idea, especially with how much damage this thing could do to my team. Especially to my Celebi. But, you know, I could just recover all of the damage if you decided to do that. But at this point, Registeel was just kind of be death fodder. So, just to get him really low. Really, really low. So, it would not have mattered. Right here, I go to my Cinccino right here. The ultimate bitch-slapping poke that can shoot rocks, which I go for right here instead of Tail Slap for some odd reason. I have no idea why I went for Rock Blast. I guess I did not want to overpredict. I wanted to kill him, so my impulse said kill that freaking Rotom H, and I guess another side of me was completely shunned out. You know, that other side that said go for Tail Slap predicting a switch, but nope, I did not listen to that other voice in my head, so I just went for the Rock Blast. But now I go for the Tail Slap, which does get the 5 hit. And to be perfectly honest, people are going to be complaining about this Cinccino right here, mainly because of the ability I actually do run on this. I think I'm running Skill Link. Skill Link lets you hit all 5 times, if depending on the multiple hit move. If you have something like Icicle Spear or something, it'll hit all 5 times regardless. So I guess Technician is the other ability, as well as Cute Charm, which is kind of useless. But I don't know which battle it is, but I run Technician in my current battles right now. So whichever ones are my current battles at the time of this video, you'll see a difference. But anyways, he brings in Azumarill, went for Aqua Jet. You know, I had to switch to Celebi, and I knew he would go for the Aqua Jet, because, you know, he wanted to just take out my Cinccino before it did too much damage to his team. But right here, I just go for another Energy Ball on his Rotom, and he goes for the Overheat right here. Now, I think I was banking on Parahax, but I guess that did not work out, and my Celebi will be taken out with the Overheat. So that might have mattered if the Parahax might have actually mattered, especially since he still has Crocodile left. But I'm going to go to Cinccino and go for the Tail Slap. I get the 1 and I get the 2, which didn't matter because it would have hit 2 times regardless. So in comes his last guy, his Crocodile. And since it's Scarfed, it's going to be able to go first and take out my Cinccino with an Earthquake. So he's going to get a pointless Moxie boost right here because that Cinccino was my last Pokemon and the Crocodile was his last Pokemon, I believe. You know, the layout's going to show that for you, but I think that was his last guy. So yeah, that was a pretty close game, actually. A 0-1 loss for me, but it really didn't hurt that much. I was more clusterfucked, as one would say, about the freaking Probopass move. I was not expecting Rock Gem on the first turn. No, Power Gem on the first turn. Jeez, I was like, wow, he took out my I could have, like, saved him, perhaps, but, you know, I guess you can't predict everything. But yeah, that was a very good game. Definitely pretty good battle too. So if you liked this battle, I guess, you know, you can do whatever you do. You can hit the like. I don't know, like, only if you like the video though. Like, don't feel like you have to like it, but only like it if you did like it, you know. It makes sense. It's common sense, right? But I don't know. But anyways, just look forward to more battles and stuff like that. And I'm not sure when I change up some of the members of this team because I haven't looked back at all the save files that I have backed up. But for now, it's kind of interesting for me to somewhat use the same team because I'm facing different teams a lot with these guys. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see, like, well, how will these same pokes fare against different pokes that the opponent has? And yeah, this match is kind of proved there. So yeah, YuseiTheSynchroHero / LeeSpeed signing out, and peace.